K1LEM. This is KB3MZQ. Mr. Green Tea. Yes, I remember him. And supposedly, unless I'm dreaming, I don't really know the truth. All I know is that this is the place to say, hi, hi. Anyway, Mr. Green Tea was supposed to be Clarabelle and one and the same. Or maybe I'm confused. No, I think I'm confused. Anyway, I do...
Clarabelle's on the other show.
Summer, fall, winter, spring. I remember the name, but I can't remember what she looked like. Maybe...
It was a cow.
Maybe I just didn't look to see it. This is KB3MZQ, and for the numbers,
Well, John, first of all, let me just refresh your memory. It could be that you just lucked out there and you didn't get the opportunity to see it. So Clarabelle's a cow. Clarabelle's a cow, and sort of like Big Bird, but an early Big Bird. And Clarabelle had like a what do you call it, bell around her neck. Clarabelle. That's why they called her Clarabelle. Clarabelle's a cow. Now, if you don't remember Clarabelle, you're just not remembering your childhood culture here. We have to do something to regenerate your memory here. We'll have to give you some kind of open brain surgery there and resurrect those old dead memories that of the How to Duty show and all that stuff from your childhood. We'll have to bring it back in true living color. But anyway, Clarabelle's a cow, and I believe it's associated with the Howdy Doody Time show. Now, another show that I gotta tell you that I encountered when I began to work for Vermont Educational TV Network as a transmitter engineer, and I say circa 1967 to 1970. Now, I wasn't a kid. I was a kid then, but I was an adult. I mean, from my perspective today, of course, I was a kid, but certainly an adult. I was 21 years old. As transmitter engineer, we'd watch initially the station when it signed on. It was all black and white. It was all monochrome in '67. Even though, of course, color TV in certain areas was available, it just wasn't available on the Vermont network. It was all monochrome. But anyway, we carried a show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I swear I could not take that man. I don't know why. Something about him, I would not let any child of mine anywhere near that man if I had one. KB3MZQ, K1LEM, Echo Mike. All right. No. You're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah, even if he did have a turtleneck. The guy was like a turtle without the shell.
That's right. But now Tom's entitled to his opinion. We're not going to attack Tom for his beliefs.
Hey, speaking of do-it-yourself brain surgery, I was just watching a movie the other day. I forget exactly its name. It might have been called Hannibal. Anyway, where this character, Hannibal Lecter, is operating on Ray Liotta, and Hannibal Lecter removes the top of Ray Liotta's skull, and he is cutting Ray Liotta's brain and feeding him parts of his own brain. And Ray Liotta saying how delicious it was. Hey, it's kind of like, if I watched that movie over and over again, I could learn the skills. I could learn the skills of do-it-yourself frontal lobotomy. As a matter of fact, it sounds tempting. Anyway, I want to take this time to say good morning to Tom. Good morning, KB2OUA.
Yeah, good morning, Tom.
KB3MZQ.
We want to be courteous here.
Maybe he can direct us. Learn more about do-it-yourself brain surgery.
He may have been a totally all right guy. I'm just telling you my opinion, that's all. No. I think he was perfectly tame. He just didn't appeal to me, that's all. Say it wasn't all that great because, first of all, this volunteer woman, she's probably in her 80s, she locked me into the service center and I couldn't get out, so I had to rap on the wall. And so finally she sort of sheepishly opens the door and I said, "You just locked me in?"
She said, "No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't know there was anybody back there."
Oh, you know, hon, before you closed the door and you saw the door open, wouldn't it have been prudent of you to have seen if there was anything back there, like a cat, dog, or a human being? You know? Oh, but anyway, no, I had a pretty good day. I fixed a lot of stuff, Tom. I fixed a lot of stuff, but on a personal level, did I have a good day yesterday? No, I didn't have a good day at work, and it was all I could do to control myself, to control my other side, my darker side. I just had to really work on that, but I did fix a lot of stuff. And one thing that I fixed that I may actually go back and buy still around Thursday, it's a Sony high-quality cassette recorder so I can record Stanley. You know, Stanley's been recording me for so long, I feel I have to record Stanley. So I'm going to buy that Sony cassette recorder and send the tapes up for Miss Laura to analyze. But I don't know. I might not. Anyway, I fixed it. I put the tag on it. I said it works. It records. It plays back. The batteries are good on it. So basically, it's good to go. It's good for resale. Unfortunately, I had to put a death tag on a Yamaha stereo system, and the reason is that it would not come up. Now, the funny thing about that was that it was missing a knob, which in and of itself on the treble wasn't all that bad. But when I tried to bring it up, what I would get is no LED displays at all. So that indicates possibly a bad power supply, possibly something else going on. And in as much as this is a resale emporium, we don't have time to mess around on a secondary level. I mean, we're triaging things is what we're doing. We're triaging things. And we don't have time to mess around with the ones that don't immediately come up. But I said it's a shame. It's a Yamaha machine. It could be refurbished and all that. However, I've got to admit, I've got so many pieces of junk here myself in my house that I just can't take on another piece of orphaned audio gear. I've got all the audio gear underfoot that I possibly could ever want. And so I had to put a label of JUNK on it. And the reason is that it doesn't come up. You know, I plug it in, and obviously there's something going on that's not right with it. Anyway, I could tell you more about my day yesterday, but seriously, it was a productive day. I mean, in terms of my putting out electronic stuff, it was a lot. I had a big pile of stuff that I checked out, but I just didn't leave there feeling super duper yesterday. I didn't leave my job with a smile on my face, but you know, I'm a big boy. I can get over it. So anyway, let's see what else is new. I don't know. John, did you have something more to say to Captain Tom there? He seems like he's in a good mood this morning. KB3MZQ and the group K1LEM.
K1LEM, this is KB3MZQ in the group. In the group. Hi, Tom! With KB2OUA. First of all, I'd like to say that I'm very much surprised that in this day and age, anyone can become accidentally locked in any room that's involved with a place of employment. Sounds like a violation. Someone is in violation and should be reported for allowing you to almost become locked in a room. And I can imagine with some of the high temperatures, if anyone was locked in a room with no air conditioning, that could be very ugly. But at any rate, and let's face it, Brother Witt, you had a good day yesterday because you didn't go swimming in the ocean. I know you're in South Carolina, where Myrtle Beach is, but you didn't go swimming off of the shore in North Carolina. You didn't run into any sharks, and you still have all your hands and feet. I'm telling you. Oh, can you imagine the stupid movie Jaws? I can't imagine being attacked by sharks and those poor kids. Anyway, this is KB3MZQ. I'm passing it to Tom. Go, Tom, go.
Yeah, like jellyfish. It's your good days and your bad days, I guess. Yeah, you brought up a lot of things that I could talk about, Tom. But I'm gonna try to keep it brief this morning and not try to tread on too many cow flops as we go down the road. But John KB3MZQ, I don't know what brought this to my mind. It must have been thinking about Clarabelle. I must have been thinking about stuff I used to listen to in media, on radio and TV. And I remember when I was a very, very young kid. Now this is from probably age 5, the dawn of consciousness to maybe 7 or 8 or whatever. I could have even been a big kid and still like this show. Now, the contradiction of it is that this show, you can document it on internet if you wish, so you'll know that I'm not telling you a fib. There was a radio show out of Ohio that was on I think it may have been the Mutual Radio Network, and it was a kids show. It wasn't for television, but it was a radio show for kids. And it was Big John and Sparky. Big John and Sparky. Big John and Sparky. Now, you could go back and you can see how your mental development evolved as a kid. And I wanted to do that because I knew that Big John and Sparky was a favorite show of mine. And I remember, practically going bananas the day that it went off the radio forever. And it took me a while as an adult to remember the name of the show, thinking maybe it was just, maybe one of these things that I fancifully dreamed about. But no, there is a radio show. It's well gone now, called Big John and Sparky. And I listened to one of the recordings or one of the tapes, and I mean, I practically fell over. It was so dumb. So let me just say, I wasn't born an Einstein. That was created later. Or some people would say a Frankenstein. No, that was created later. When I was born a dumb kid. And I sort of like the things that kids like, I guess, because I did go for the show, Big John and Sparky. I know I did. And I remember telling my mother, "Oh, no, it's not coming on anymore, Mommy. It's gone. It's Big John and Sparky. Oh, God." Into the bowels of radio history, I guess. But anyway, well, as far as work goes, as you all know, there's good days and there's bad days, right? So you got to sort of bend but not break. And yesterday was hot down here. It was close to 100 degrees, and everybody was maybe a little bit on edge to begin with. But it seemed to me that anybody that would come by and close the door should at least peek around the door to be sure they weren't locking anybody in. And she didn't do that, and I don't hold it against her. I just think, seriously, the door is open. Wouldn't you presume that if a door normally was